Oh.
Wow. That's
Oh,
right.
snap. Why are you saying wow? Yeah, just I got about
Yeah.
Okay,
But
wow.
it's 2021, so
Yeah,
first
it's
time.
2021.
Oh.
Welcome to the new year and
Oh, snap.
oh snap.
Oh, snap. Now it's coming.
Guys, it is 2020. We are back.
2021.
Yo. Wow, guys. So I'm still living behind. Okay, it's 2021. We are back. It's a new year, and we're coming with another topic, which is going to make our fingers snap. So the topic for today, do you want to tell us, Mr. T?
The topic for today is cancel culture.
I like that.
Yeah, that's how I said it. Yeah.
Or start a new culture.
Yeah. Cancel culture or setting up a new culture.
So we are going to be speaking about that today, and I hope you are going to enjoy it. And Mr. T Hot is going to give us a definition about it, and then let's get started and snapping those fingers. Oh, 2021.
Yes. So there's not necessarily a definition of cancel culture, but the definition of culture.
Okay.
Ne? But I'm not going to read the entire thing. I just want to read the synonyms. Ne? So it says the ideas that people live by, the customs, the social behavior of a particular people or society. So there's the whole definition of what culture is, but these are the synonyms. It's the ideas of people, the customs of people, the social behavior of a particular culture, your particular society or people. That's what culture is. And obviously cancel is just delete or change or improve. Yeah.
What are synonyms?
Of cancel.
What are synonyms? You just kumshed and said
synonyms. Like synonyms. People know what synonyms are. Why do you know what synonyms are?
I just wanted to clarify that. So I can't really think like the sale of the bond.
You got me there.
Oh snap.
But it's similar words close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it's cancelling culture. So what got me thinking about this topic is that for me, let's start new cultures, because sometimes we do take cultures that come from like your background, like family members and stuff, and you feel like you don't resonate. You don't,
wow.
You don't resonate with such cultures, and you would love to start new cultures, like from starting, like you don't even have to be in a relationship or married, but you can start your own cultures once you stay by yourself or you are like independent. So it came about around about those lines, that we also, as much as we are canceling cultures, be able to start a new culture for yourself that you will be at peace with that.
Yeah. And I think at the same time it's also this part of I think we're all coming from different cultures. You know, like there's a culture and how we do things in my own home. You know, like how do we celebrate Christmas? You know, how do we wear our dress code? How do we show respect? You know, how do we believe in a certain thing? You know, for me, there's nothing wrong with culture. You know, but there's everything wrong with limiting ourselves to only what we know.
Yeah.
You know, so I always have this thinking of, someone actually said this to me, when you are always stuck in the past, you know, being stuck in the past closes door for new opportunities. You see? So as much as we have the way of doing now, which is we have our own way of doing, you have your own way of doing, but it's always important not to close doors to new ways of doing.
Yeah.
Because new ways of doing will develop us, will make us better people. You know, for example, it's like as a person, you always need to challenge yourself. That's starting a new culture. You know, that's coming up with new norms. You know, the definition spoke about the ideas. You get my point? We can't always be living on the ideas of our grandparents.
No, guys,
you know?
we can't.
Yeah, so we need to improve what they have given us, because I think at the same time we are living in a time where we are more exposed to things compared to our grandparents.
And things are evolving.
Things are evolving
like
at the same time.
technology is evolving, everything is evolving.
Yeah.
Like it would be so sad that we also are not evolving. Like we're just stuck in the same place. Like then we're missing the part. There's something wrong. I'll make a good example. Let's say our parents grew up working. Let's say, okay, I'll make an example. Working as a teacher for 50 years and stuff, and we also think that we're going to go to school, study at varsity and go work. Like, if we're not evolving, then that is an issue. That means that the only way to make money is going to school and going to work for someone else, or being at that job for so many years. We have to evolve. Yes, go to school, go work, but what are you doing on the side? Are you like starting a new culture that, listen here, as much as I want my kids to study, they need to have a second income. We are evolving. This is an evolving culture at my household, that you have to at least have 2 jobs, something that you like on the side and something that you studied for at the same time, because that at the end of the idea that your ideas need to grow.
Because it's also this part of for example, it's like if you can actually think about it, and it's always easy to start negative cultures or cultures that contribute negative to society. For example, there was a time that drinking in front of your parents, it was a bit of
alert.
But somewhere along the line, things have evolved, and people are drinking in front of their parents, with their parents, or what. Whether it's right or wrong, but there was a time that thing was not a norm.
Yeah.
There was a time that
respect.
Yeah, there was a time that it was not an issue. The issue of women being beaten by men. Like, it did happen, but but in our time, it's happening like strong, and that's a negative culture. That's a negative culture that sticks with us as black people, that we as men, we lose our tempers, we beat our girlfriends, or we rape, and that's a negative culture.
Right.
So there are certain cultures that we need to cancel, that we need to get rid of, you know my point? And then we start other cultures. So the cultures of having 5 girlfriends, that is something that is within us. But we need to cancel that thing.
And that was famous long time ago. But if you have so many girlfriends.
But we need to cancel that thing. We need to cancel the culture of rape. We need to cancel for the fact that we're even saying it's a culture, because it's happening so much. Because when we talk about culture, there are good cultures, there are wrong cultures, and the issue of gender-based violence, it is a wrong thing that we need to, but at the same time, whilst we're destroying that thing, we need to start new cultures. Hence, you and I, for yourself, you need to come up with new ways to start your own culture. Even for me, because it's like one Twembi is saying, to create wealth for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren, we need to start getting involved in businesses. Many black people, our parents, never thought of that because maybe of lack of opportunities. So their culture was work for someone else. That's how you fend for your family, and we respect them for that. But for me now, I have to take it an extra mile. So that's what we speak about, canceling culture, so that we can develop.
Yeah, I think another thing is that as much as you're cancel culture and starting a new culture, I think also bad trend that people do have, they like to impose in other people's culture. And it becomes judgmental. But why are you not doing this the way that we do things? And then we tend to judge others. So this podcast is just to remind that whatever culture people decide to have for themselves, respect that. I think it goes back to boundaries. Like, there should be a boundary respecting people's cultures. Don't judge. If they do things that way, respect that. But it's this podcast is just a wake-up call that what has, from 2020, what were your cultures and what didn't you like about your cultures, and what do you want to change
about our
cultures? Now we're in 2021. Now it's time to execute the new cultures. For example, let's cultivate a culture for us. We cultivate a culture of reading more books, which is something that, like, in our culture, like all over around, reading is like, you don't know, are you a nerd? Like, it's school, blah 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 and stuff. But we cultivating a culture of let's read more. Let's say every Fridays in this household we are going to read books, because you know that when reading books you're going to get more ideas, you're going to get more smarter, like
open-minded.
You'll be open-minded. So the question is, are you open to start a new culture?
Yeah, because at the same, I think it also goes back to what we previously said in the podcast. That you can't always be living on other people's ideas. You get my point. You also need to come to the party. We also want to hear your ideas. Because your ideas can save a lot of people from depression. Like it's always to say the voice that you have.
I was about to say that. Because I just posted it.
The voice that you have you need to put it out there. We want to hear what we want to say. It can save a lot of people. It can, I mean, your ideas can create a lot of employment. Your ideas can save a lot of people from depression. Your ideas can free a lot of people spiritually.
Yeah.
You get my point? So it's that part of we always, like, cancel culture. It's a part of, if we only live with this culture that we have and we don't improve it, then we'll always be limited. We'll always live up to the standard, but we need to push ourselves. At the same time, there are certain things that need to go
to whose standard?
That's the thing. Like, well, it depends who you believe in, you know. But for me, it's like there are certain things that we just need to get rid of so that we can be able to improve. For example, it's like now there's COVID-19. You know, COVID-19 has forced us to do things differently.
Out of your comfort zone.
Like, yeah, church is no longer the same. Going out is no longer the same. Meeting up family is no longer the same. Work is no longer the same. You know. Now, the issue is this thing. Now, things have changed because of COVID. For you to continue wanting things to be how we used to do it, you're just stressing yourself. We just need to adapt and find creative ways. It's painful like that, but that's how it is.
But
you know, it's like
adapt.
Yeah, it's like now going to church. It's level 3. We can't go to church. I can't be now insulting everyone. Let's go to church, putting everyone else at risk, when we know that the numbers are very high. So let's find other ways on how we're gonna keep our spirituality going. Let's go to the streets. Let's start giving, wearing masks. Let's start Zoom meetings. You know, it's always that part of we need to start adopting, but it's always the part of being stuck in the past will always close the doors for new opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's another thing is that we just need to reset, start new, start fresh, and don't impose in other people's culture. You can ask, for example, oh, so why do you do things this way? There's nothing wrong about that. But my only issue is that we limit ourselves so much that we don't grow because of certain cultures. Or you'll have a thing that, no, black people can't do this. Which is that's all just by saying that's limiting yourself.
Yeah, it's already limiting yourself.
So I want people to remember that just cancel it, Mdase. If it doesn't grow you, cancel it. If it's not going to grow your kids for the next generation, cancel it. We should evolve every single day. And I read something where it says that you need to be able to protect your peace. And once once you're able to protect your peace, know what to say when responding to other people. And even when you evolve, it's going to make other people uncomfortable. But so be it, evolve anyway. So that is my mantra this year, that so be it. Even if other people are uncomfortable, I am going to evolve. I'm going to cancel culture. I'm going to do things how I want to do things. If I want to travel, because it wasn't a norm long time ago and stuff, I am going to travel because it's part of our culture. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, because you know they're also there are also things in culture that are toxic. But we are stuck with them because we say, hey man, this is how we do stuff. What it is. You know, and when you look at them, it's like, fine, it's not even God came up with this idea of thing.
And it doesn't grow anyone.
It doesn't grow anyone,
but it breaks people.
But it breaks people, you know. I mean, also didn't always need to start these conversations. But at times it's difficult to start them with old people, you know. I mean,
but we are
you know, when you talk about how Lobola is being done today, you know, is it still serving its purpose? You know, obviously there is a need for a Lobola. No, I've paid Lobola, so I'm not trying to fight it off. But you know, like there is a need for it to be done, you know. But now the exaggeration of finances, you know, like now people are paying 100,000 of lobolas, 80,000, 85,000. Like, whoa, what is going on now here? You know, at the same time, it's the cultures of patriarchal society. You know, like I'm coming from a patriarchal society where a man is a man and a woman. But I don't want that thing because it starts. You start thinking that you're with a child.
Yeah.
Because if
you bought me.
Yeah, because if you believe in patriarchal things, you know, then a man is always right. You know, a man will just think and everyone will follow. But what about the ideas of someone that you are married with? Two heads can think better than one. So other parts of cultures are toxic, and to start them, to even provoke them, it becomes a huge argument. But they need to be, like, we need to ask, you know, we need to provoke them.
Yeah.
Because we want to free ourselves. We want things to be better.
Yeah, and going back to what you said about Lobola, there was this other couple, to show you that things need to evolve. They didn't go do lobola like the normal way. They did it virtually. So even with transaction, it was like e-wallet, guys, via it, to show that things can change, things can evolve. And the beauty about it, as much as the guy loboled and stuff, the parent, all that money for like ilobol, he gave it back to the guy.
What? Some other guys are living the life, eh? You guys are getting back your monies. Not money. Wow. People are getting changed.
Oh, I scared. I'm done. And it also reminded me that some families, with regard of ilobola, they have evolved. And most long time ago, it had a thing of the reason why even family helped out with lobola, because uyinkoskazi yapha. But now you'd find that the guy is lobolaring
all by himself.
All by himself. By people.
No one helps you, dude.
But it's our wife. But people have forgot the concept of lobola, blah blah. But again, we're not here to speak about lobola. But we just here to we need to evolve. Everything needs to evolve. Like for example, with church, it needs to evolve. We're virtually now. If you're not gonna jump on that, you're waiting for a building to worship God. Then
you're still gonna wait because the COVID. You're not. Now. You know, just kick the camera, you know. So in the meantime, yeah, it's like, I just kicked the camera.
That was awkward. He just kicked the camera, the tripod. I don't know why, but okay. Let us not be long. We were speaking about cancel culture. I hope you got something from this. And guys, if you have any ideas of topics that you would like us to speak about, we are open for that. And all we here to say,
snap.
Yo, snap. Snap.
Otherwise, you do comment on the comment section, you know, like you can ask questions, you know, even if you share different views, it's still fine. We're starting a conversation, you know,
it's still fine. We're not saying that I am right.
I mean, what cultures do you think we should just cancel, and what cultures do you think we should start? You know, I mean, a group of friends. I know the time is up, but a group of friends of mine, you know, they started a culture of going out with, like every Sunday, going out with their children without the mothers. You know, they just take the children. Wow. You know, it's a new thing. It's not done every day. I like that. You know, I mean, that's starting a new culture.
Yeah, that is starting a new culture.
I'm joining.
No, it's fine though. I don't have a problem as long as he will evolve and become a better person, and they're gonna converse with things that's gonna better them and be better fathers, be better boyfriends, be better husbands and stuff. So that, and
also the relationship between fathers and their children, because we know that it's been lacking in our community.
Yeah, I like.
So that. Which culture do you think people should start, or suggest cultures, man? Or which culture do you think that they should just destroy and just cancel?
But guys, peace.